Hey everyone, my name is Amanda, and today I wanted to share with you my experience so far, because I am still in the middle of it, of following the ketogenic diet while exclusively breastfeeding. I've been getting some questions over on my Instagram. I'll put it down here if you want to follow along. I'm sharing recipes that we've been eating and just my physical progress, so I'd love to connect with you on there. Let's go ahead and get into it. So I wanted to start by just reminding you, this is just me sharing my journey. I am not a medical professional, I am not a nutritionist, and everybody's journey is different. Every woman's breastfeeding experience is different. So this is just how it's been going for me and how I've been making it work, and the results that I've been getting from that. My husband and I are doing the ketogenic diet together. We started in March of 2018. It's the end of May right now. So we've only been doing it not quite 3 months. Our baby, when we started, her name is Avalie. She was 5 weeks old, so she was still very, very young. And at the time when we started, she was about 9 pounds, a little over 9 pounds. My number one concern with following the ketogenic diet, which I think is the biggest concern of any nursing mom, was my supply. Would it support my supply and all of that? We have 3 other children. I breastfed all of them exclusively as well. So this was very important to me to be able to continue this for our youngest daughter. So supply was definitely my number one concern. But I was very interested in the diet. I began doing research, and what I found was if you're breastfeeding, it's recommended for the most part that you don't go below 50 grams of net carbs per day. And net carbs would mean if you have something in front of you, you're reading the label, you have your total carbohydrates, below that you have the dietary fiber. You subtract the dietary fiber from the total carbohydrates number, and then the new number would be your net carbs. That's what you count towards your net carbs per day. So it's recommended no less than 50 a day. And on the ketogenic diet, if you're following strict keto, you would be eating around 20 net carbs a day. So quite a big difference between what's recommended and what is on the diet. But I figured I'll start around the 50 grams of net carbs per day and see how it goes. So we jumped into the diet, and I was eating right about 50 grams of net carbs per day. There's a lot of information out there about keto, so I'm not going to go into much really at all about the diet. You can find tons of information out there. It took me about a week to get through the cravings, for my body to detox off of the sugar. That's a huge one for sure, and just to get used to not eating the carbohydrates, which really was more of a mental thing, mental habit. You're just so used to eating a certain way. It's a little bit hard to retrain yourself, but it wasn't too horribly difficult. Some people it can take longer. It just depends on you and your body and how it all goes. But a week to 2 weeks is usually how long they say it'll take. And for me, it was about a week. And I wasn't noticing any trouble with my supply or how our baby was, reacting to, like, whenever she was nursing and all of that. Everything seemed to be going just fine. So I slowly continued to bring my carbs down over, I think it probably took a few weeks. I would drop them down a little bit or just start cutting something else extra out. And then I would give myself a couple of days just to make sure, the supply doesn't just all of a sudden drop and she's all of a sudden not getting what she needs. So that would be something that I would recommend, is letting your body have a couple of days every time you transition down. But right now I am eating about 24 to, at the most, I think 34 net carbs per day, grams of net carbs per day. And it's been going really well. It's been supporting my milk supply. She's been doing great with it, and I am still seeing really, really excellent results. We are also exercising through all of this. We exercise probably 4 to 5 days a week. I do some workouts here at home. I do some cardio, and then we go to our fitness center, and my husband and I are lifting weights, and we haven't experienced any issues with that. No trouble getting through our workouts, no excessive hunger afterwards. And I think that's just mainly making sure that your main amount of calories is coming from fats, like the ketogenic diet says, and make sure that it's the right kinds of fats, healthy oils and all of that kind of thing, because healthy fats really help you stay fuller longer. And it's the whole point of the ketogenic diet, is to get your body off of using carbohydrates as fuel and onto using fat as fuel, and then your body goes into your fat stores to use it as fuel because it's used to using fat as fuel. So I've actually been able to follow intermittent fasting as well on this diet, which kind of surprised me, being able to go longer stretches without eating and it's not affecting my supply. I was actually a little bit surprised by that. But again, it hasn't been an issue for me at all. For our baby, she's been doing great on it. Like I said, when we started, she was 5 weeks old and weighed just over 9 pounds. She is now almost 4 months. She'll be 4 months this week, and she's about 13.5 pounds, which puts her at the 40th percentile on the growth charts. And throughout this whole thing, that's always where she's been, 50th at very most, 40th to 50th percentile on the growth charts. So she's holding steady, she's growing really well developmentally, she's thriving, she's a chatty little thing. I'll bring her in so you guys can see her. Right now she's napping. So I've now lost 15 pounds in just under 3 months, and for me that's a huge thing. Again, I don't lose weight easily while breastfeeding. It just, my body holds on to it. So the fact that I've now lost all of my pregnancy weight and additional weight, I'm now going into the weight that I've had on for quite a while through all of my previous pregnancies, is a huge thing. It's really, really encouraging. The fact that it's happened so quickly is really a huge motivator for sure to keep going. And then of course our baby is doing just fabulously on the diet. So I basically just wanted to come on here and encourage anybody who is interested in it. Try it, just give it a try. You know, start slow, definitely. Give your body a few days every time you make an adjustment. Give your body 2-3 days to adjust. Make sure you're watching your baby, make sure you're watching your supply, see how everything's going. And just, you know your body and your baby the most. Just stay in tune with yourself and how everything's going. But I would encourage you to give it a try. Make sure that you're getting those fats from the right sources, drinking lots and lots of water. Of course, that's a huge thing with breastfeeding. It's also a very, very important thing with keto. You know, vitamins, supplements, there's a ton of information out there about which ones to take. I am just taking a postnatal multivitamin to support, you know, breastfeeding my baby, and then potassium and magnesium, which they say are very, very important to have on the ketogenic diet. And I haven't found that I'm needing really anything else so far. Everything has been working really great for me. Like I said before, definitely check in with your doctor and your baby's pediatrician. Just run it by them, see what they say. If it's something they recommend, they might have some changes, some tweaks that they want to apply in your case perhaps. So make sure you check with them. I'm gonna go get Avi. So this is Avalie. She is our 4th. She's looking at herself right now. Like I said, she's coming up on 4 months old now. As you can see, she's doing just fantastic. We've been following this diet for a few months now, and she's just doing great. She's alert, she's healthy, she's happy, she's gaining weight, like I said. I plan to follow this diet for sure through her first year, breastfeeding her and following this diet. So we'll be sharing more updates as that goes. Our next video we have planned is just how we do keto. Like I said, we have 3 older children. We homeschool. I'm home all the time. My husband works a lot. He has a long commute to work. So we're pretty busy. Our kids are in activities and all of that. We just got off of a couple of really busy months actually. So we're planning on filming and just letting you guys know what recipes we're enjoying, which ones are, you know, kind of becoming staple meals for us, how we make it work even when we have busy nights, all of that. So be sure to catch that video. We're planning on updating every Monday right now. And you can get to know us, get to know our family. We'd love to connect with you. Like I said, here's my Instagram again. Love to connect with you on there. So please subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it, if you found it useful at all. Comment below if you have any more questions. You can DM me on Instagram if you have any more questions or anything else that you want to hear about. Thanks so much for watching, you guys.